I mean, we'll find out more this morning, but I don't, I'd say questionable to doubtful more so than questionable to probable.
And with the lineup, still go the same way?
Yeah, I mean, if JR's out, probably so. I mean, I thought the guys got off to a solid start, in San Antonio. I thought they executed pretty well, so we'll probably give that the same look, but, once we go over some things this morning, we'll see.
Are either of the two going to participate in the shoot-around?
I doubt it, but we'll see. I think, JR probably has a better chance of at least seeing, what he can do this morning, but he's still pretty sore.
You would say, I guess, doubtful or questionable for JR also? Or?
Yeah, I'd say both of them are questionable towards doubtful as opposed to questionable towards probable.
Okay. You are a doctor.
Getting better at this.
You probably didn't see it, but there was a video of Kobe kind of going off on his teammates in practice. People made a big deal of it because he was cursing and fired up, I guess, all himself and stuff. I'm sure it's nothing new to you.
No, he didn't have to do that as much, in those days. But, I mean, I just think that's why there's a point where until practice is really over, maybe it's not for outside consumption. But, those are no longer my concerns. We have a lot to worry about here.
Derek, what have been your biggest concerns or challenges since taking this job, since moving into the coaching job?
Well, I think whether you're a new coach or you have more experience than I do, you're always searching for how do you, help get the best out of your group, and how do you, help develop a team in a way that can be successful. And so, obviously with our lack of success so far, that's what's on my mind the most is, how do we continue to instill habits that, even in the face of struggle, will be good for us long term, but not discounting or assuming that, what's going on short term, has no impact. So, I'm not, stuck on where we are now. I mean, there's a long way to go in this season, and there's a bright future for us, but we have to work at creating what we want as opposed to assuming that it may happen.
How challenging has it been to be patient through the process when your background, you've had a lot of success as a player, obviously it hasn't worked out quite immediately so far with the Knicks?
No, I mean, I think, patience is a choice, and I think despite, what you may be going through at the time, you choose to be patient, you choose to, continue to work at it even if you're not getting the results you want at the time. That's easier said than done, more so for the players than even myself. It's not about how I feel about what's going on. They're the ones out there going to battle every night and trying to help us win. And so anything that I can do to help them remain patient while we go through this is more important.
Do you talk to them about previous experiences you've had, whether struggles or things that you've gone through in your playing career?
A little bit, not too much. I think I was just playing against these guys not too long ago, so I think although they respect that, I think there's still some distance required, before I can go there too often. For the most part, it's just about, making sure we're expressing the appreciation for what they are doing and not constantly focusing on what's not happening right now. These guys are trying to do a lot of what we're asking them to do. We've had a lot of things hit us at one time, but we've had plenty of opportunities to win games that we haven't won, and we just have to continue to do this until we do get those wins. And it may not be pretty, it's not going to always look great, but these guys are trying. It's not a lack of effort at all, and we just have to continue to work at it.
What do you see from this Boston squad that you'll face tonight?
They're getting more, I think, comfortable with who they are and the style that they need to play in order to be successful. They're getting up and down the floor really fast and getting a lot of shots up at the basket. So I think your transition defense is the most important thing when you're playing against these guys now. I think Coach Stevens is doing a great job, and it's going to be a tough night for us, but we'll be up for the task.